Hello everyone and welcome. Thank you for coming to see our short film. I'm Rob, a local filmmaker, and for a living I shoot wedding photos and videos. But in my spare time I like to make my own films, like the one you're about to see. This all began 10 years ago when I met Stephen Seabourne. I was at a wedding shooting a normal young couple getting married in Sutton Coldfield. Nothing out of the ordinary. Then I began to notice guests asleep on the floor, face down. I thought, has there been a gas leak? What the hell's going on? Then I realised Steve was hypnotising people and that he was an amazing magician and mentalist. And I thought to myself, wow, I've got to be friends with this guy. Fast forward to the start of this year and I was given a great opportunity by Stratford-upon-Avon and Solihull College to produce a film. I was given access to writers, actors, directors, puppeteers, even local cats. I'd like to say a quick thank you to Joyce and Roger Byrne for lending me their cat Marmaduke very kindly, and also Julia Baker and my mum, Teresa Fazard, for helping with all the props and the set dressing. At the colleges we were given free rein to use their state-of-the-art film studios. But what could the film be about? And then I thought about my amazingly talented friend, Stephen Seabourne, the magician, about developing a show with him. And so, we did. We named it Tales of Arcana, mixing the art of storytelling with magic. Arcana being the Latin word for mystery. In August 2024, we entered the film into the Stratford-upon-Avon Film Festival, and we were lucky enough to win the award for Best Microfilm, which we were very happy about. Everyone you see in the film is a genuine participant. There were volunteers and they had no idea what trick Steve was going to conjure for them. The film's only 26 minutes long, so don't worry about getting a numb bum or worry about going to the toilet, you'll be alright. I think it's time, don't you? Let's sit back, relax and watch the debut episode of Tales of Arcana.
Imagination, belief and influence. 3 things that cannot be quantified. Join me as I push them to their limits. I'm Stephen Seabourne. Welcome to Tales of Arcana. The imagination is a remarkable tool. It holds great potential within all of us. Children see magic everywhere. A box becomes a spaceship, a stick becomes a magic wand, a toy becomes a friend. Imagination is a gateway into a world where anything is possible. imagination. It's a timeless gift that we nurture throughout our childhoods, but occasionally as we go through life, we can lose that spark and we need just a little bit of help to reignite it. With that in mind, I want to try a little experiment. Molly, you've volunteered for this?
I have, yeah.
Yes, marvellous. Can you just do me a favour? Could you just think of something random? Maybe it's a fruit. Could you get a fruit in mind? You got one?
Yeah,
okay.
got one.
Don't forget it. Do you know what my favourite fruit is? My favourite fruit is a lemon. Is that what you thought of? No, that'd be amazing, but no. My one, it goes back to my childhood. It's, I just think about making lemonade as a kid. But what's interesting about a lemon, especially to me, is it's quite a visceral thing when you think about it. So if you can imagine, if you just do this for me, if you all wouldn't mind just holding a lemon, just imagine you're doing that. And you just, however that would feel, if it's a big lemon, small lemon, just however it feels. And just imagine taking that lemon and smelling it. And you can kind of get those citrusy notes off them. If you want to run your nail down it and just kind of get those citrus oils and genuinely now as you do that, obviously there's nothing in your hand, but can you smell any lemon or anything or any citrusy?
It's starting to smell a little bit bitter.
Bitter, so that'd be kind of like the pith of the lemon, I suppose. Okay, so do this for me. If you imagine taking a knife, so you imagine holding a knife, and you can take very carefully, even though you're not holding anything, just taking that knife to the lemon, and as it cuts into the lemon, you can just imagine the juice dripping down over your hand, maybe down your arm. And if you just go and just imagine taking a quick, kind of tasting that lemon. And if you do that, you start to notice that your mouth starts to salivate, and you can actually start tasting lemon in your mouth. And genuinely, can you do that now? Can you taste anything?
Yeah, I have started salivating.
A little bit, yeah. It's a really interesting experiment. It's just a mind game. We all know what lemons smell like. We all know what citrus is. I have been doing something else, because you should have been completely convinced as I got you to hold this imaginary lemon and take the imaginary knife, that I was holding a lemon and a knife. Actually, I've been holding a fork this whole time, which is quite a strange thing. Also, you should have saw me holding a lemon, but really it's always been a piece of paper. And this piece of paper, Molly, is interesting, because if you unfold this, there is something written on the other side of this paper. Now you have a fruit in mind, yes?
Yeah.
What fruit are you just thinking of?
Gooseberry.
Gooseberry. Thank you so much.
What if I told you I could talk to the dead? Would it make you nervous? Would you let me read your cards and tell you your future? Put all your hopes and fears into 3 simple pictures. Let me stare into my crystal ball, looking into your very soul. I can read you like a book, if you're brave enough to listen. Will you hear what the dead have to say? Let your belief pave the way for my gifts. Learn what your ancestors wish to tell you. I have been doing this for years. Prepare yourself as I delve into the beyond. You may not always like what you hear. Belief is a powerful tool. I can tell you everything you wish to know. For the right price, of course.
Arissa. Sorry, Stephen, lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
Before we go forward, just to confirm, we haven't met before today or set anything up?
No.
No?
No.
You don't know what's about to happen?
No idea.
Great, marvellous. Before we start though, I do want to just clarify, do you believe in the paranormal? How do you feel about that? Do you think it's like, do you believe in like ghosts or like kind of things like that?
Ish.
Maybe open-minded.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, how about if you think about the paranormal, there's different sectors to that, I suppose. how about psychics? How do you feel about those? Do you feel like they're clairvoyants, they're kind of real, or do you think they're just making it up?
Experienced ones.
You've experienced one?
Experienced ones.
Experienced ones.
I know what they're talking about. But
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're open-minded to that.
Open-minded
Okay.
to it, yeah.
I'm not totally convinced, but we're going to try a few things here. Do you think you are, by any chance? Do you think you have that ability, a gift?
No.
No?
No.
Let's find out. So we have a couple of cards, a couple of tarot cards in front of you. Are you familiar with tarot? And
Yeah, know the concept, yeah.
Different, the major and the minor arcana.
Yeah.
So we have the death card and we have justice. And don't worry about what they mean.
Okay.
If anything dangerous is going to happen.
Okay.
But essentially, there's two different juxtaposed positions here. There's a death card, which kind of, we're going to use that to symbolise kind of like more of a negative emotion or feeling, and justice more of a positive kind of emotion or feeling. And I have some instructions for you. So would you do me a favour? Would you just read out that first instruction?
There are a selection of mugshots in front of you. Please sort these according to the feeling they evoke.
Marvellous. So we have here some mugshots, some photos. These are people that my research team put together. These are all actually local gentlemen from the kind of mid to late 1800s. They're all suspects in various different crimes, and they're all tried at the local Birmingham Crown Court for different things, like some sort of minor crimes like petty theft, that sort of thing. Some of them more heinous crimes. And could you just read out the second one?
Negative are placed with the death card.
And the third?
Positive are placed with the justice card.
So you're just going to have a look at them. Now, we do this all the time in real life. We meet people and we make a snap decision on them.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not even like we haven't spoke to them. You might just walk into a bar and if you see a friend of a friend, you just get a feeling about that person. We don't know where that feeling comes from, but you either get a good vibe or a bad vibe. And sometimes you allow yourself to change your mind about a person, but you can't change that first impression. And that first impression is based on the judgment we make of that person. And when we're told not to judge a book by its cover, but it's human nature. You can't help but do that. So I want you to do that. I want you to just make a gut feeling on these people.
Okay.
So this first gentleman, I just want you to take a look at him. And just by looking at him, what's the feeling you get from him? Do you get like a positive vibe or more kind of a negative vibe?
Oh, negative.
Negative. So there's something about that person.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got quite dark eyes. That might be what's doing that for you. So do you want to put that on the...
On top.
Yeah.
Like that.
Great.
Yeah.
And we'll do that. Let's use two of them this time. So we'll go for this gentleman first. What do you feel about him? Do you feel like a positive emotion or a negative?
Positive.
Positive, okay, if you...
On that one.
And you haven't got to justify it. We'll just
Okay.
go with a gut feeling, this guy here.
Positive.
Positive, okay. There's a couple more here. How about these guys? Great. So you've made your decision.
Yeah.
Just based on looking at people. And not even, you haven't got that personal interaction with them. In this case, they're just photos of people.
Yeah.
Just out of interest, if I take these ones here, what was it about this guy here? This is the negative part, yeah? So what was it about that guy that made you feel negatively towards him?
He's kind of looking down as if to say.
Okay, so there's a downward expression.
Yeah.
Yeah, so something so not making direct eye
Yeah.
contact. Okay, and this will be the positive pile.
Yeah.
So let's go with this guy. Oh, sorry, we missed one. This guy here. That's a positive
Yeah.
image, yeah? What is it about this guy here that's made you feel
Yeah, he's got a more calm
sort
aura.
of persona?
Yeah.
Okay. It's interesting that you've done this because I know this guy here. This is named. I don't know him, but I know of him. His name was Eamon Doughty. He was actually tried. I think it was 1879. I think he was. He killed 4 women, and he was actually he was found guilty. of killing those women. This guy's Edward Spencer Andrews. He was suspected of running like a crooked bookmakers, so he's not killed anyone, but he was like suspected of like running like rigged card games, like putting bets on races and fixing the race. But he was actually he was tried multiple times, but every time he was found innocent, which is interesting. I think just watching you do this, I think you've done this near enough every time. All of these, I think you found these are all guilty, and all of these are all
No.
Okay. One out of the however many, like 40 odd. That's it's interesting. You did get that's fairly good intuition just by looking at people. See this guy. Oh, do you remember choosing White? Because you put him in the innocent pile. He was guilty. Do you remember what made you feel like he was innocent, or like a good feeling about him?
Yeah, his eyes.
Yeah.
Are more.
I know this guy. This is Stanley. In fact, you're not going to believe me if I tell you this. So, could you just take the instructions and turn them over? There's a picture of Stanley. Look, Stanley Edgemore. Would you mind just reading that last paragraph there?
This bit here.
Yeah.
In 1876, his sister-in-law, Cecilia Edgemore, admitted to the murder of her husband. She contracted scarlet fever and made her confession on her deathbed, meaning Stanley was wrongly put to his death 7 years before.
So posthumously, he was actually found innocent, and you actually saw that through just by looking at him. Even though he was found guilty in the trial, you actually managed to know that he was innocent. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for sharing that gift. Thank you for doing it.
Wow.
How easily do you think you are influenced? Have you ever been influenced by social media, newspapers, a stranger on the street? The information we're being fed every single day affects us in ways we don't even realise. I'm not a mind reader, I don't possess any special powers, but I do know things that are inexplicable. Good afternoon, welcome. Thank you so much for doing this. It's Kim, is it? Yes. And Hayley, lovely to meet you. So, I bet you're wondering what you're doing here. Thank you for volunteering to do this. I just need to check a couple of things first. Can I just check your hands, please, Kim? Did you have breakfast this morning? Mm-hmm. You did? What did you have?
I had bran cereal.
Bran cereal, is that and coffee? Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing you're a 2% milk kind of person, is that right?
I am.
Yeah. That's right. And so Hayley, did you didn't drive here, did you? No, it wasn't. No, you got a lift, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you'd be perfect for this. We have a few tests to see how intuitive you are, and it's really simple. We're going to get you to do some drawings and write a few things down. What's interesting at the moment, you know what you're going to do. You know what to do. You just don't know that you know. Does that make sense? You've heard of what a spook is, yes? A spy, like an undercover agent. So I want you to imagine that you're one of these secret agents. Okay, and you're going to go meet someone. So first of all, you're going to need somewhere to meet them. So you can pick anywhere in the world. Ideally, it will be like somewhere we would all know, so we'd recognise it. And if there's a landmark in that place you can draw, do that. I then want you to imagine you're going to meet this person, but you've never met them. you've just been told you need to meet this person. So you have to use your intuition, your imagination to just imagine they're going to be having something on them that you could recognise, so an object. When you meet them, you're going to have to address them. So you're going to need a name for this person. Again, you already know what this name is. You just don't know that you know. And obviously, when this person meets you, they need to verify that you are in fact the person that they're there to meet. So they're going to want a passcode from you. So we're going to keep this. We're not going to make it like a 2-digit number or a 4-digit number. We're going to make it like a 7-digit number. So Hayley, hopefully you received something a little while ago. Did you have it? Yes, you have it with you.
Got a letter in the post.
Marvellous. How long ago did you receive that?
About 2-3 days.
2-3 days. Since you've had that, has anyone else had that in their possession?
No, just me.
You've kept it safe?
Yeah.
And there's a big do not open on the back?
Yeah.
And there's a nice
I haven't
wax
touched
seal.
it.
Marvellous.
Yeah.
The wax seal stayed on in the post. Great. It was really important that you're the only person who has handled this. Could you just pop that on the table and put Tigger, my porcelain cat, on top? It will keep it nice and safe. You have half an hour to do this. Good luck, ladies. Right, thank you so much for doing that. How did you find it? How was the experience?
So much fun.
Yeah.
Fun? Yeah? Well, did you change your mind many times on the ideas, or?
A couple.
A couple.
Yeah, we both kind of had some ideas and we kind of found a middle ground.
Hopefully there's a couple that you were drawn to, like in kind of straight away.
Yeah.
Were there a few that felt like it had to be right, or did you?
Yeah, we had like 3 maybe, and then
Okay.
yeah.
And then chose one.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see. Shall we have a look?
Yeah.
Okay. This is okay. I'm not too sure what's is that helicopter maybe?
Very good.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
And we have a lady in a bikini, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Swimwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so. So there's a Great Barrier Reef at the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that's an interesting place you might spy. The obvious things you go for would be somewhere like the Kremlin, Moscow, or something like that. But you've gone for somewhere out there, which is interesting. We're meeting Miss Hubba Lubba or Bubba?
Hooba Looba.
Hooba Looba.
Yeah.
Hooba Looba. Yeah. Okay. And of course, in the bikini, you're going to have a pocket watch. Hayley, you had this envelope, yes?
Yeah.
And that's something that was sent to you last week. You received it a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
It's beyond the Tigger. Would you
Yeah.
mind grabbing that for us?
Yeah.
I don't want to touch it. Just bring it over.
Yeah.
Great. And the wax steel is on there.
It is.
And Hayley, your name.
Yeah.
Marvellous. Do you want to turn it over and go and rip it open?
Yeah.
Lovely. It's all right. Cool, let's put what's inside. I'll take that. I'm not the most artistic, I'll be honest with you. But I did write, the first thing I wrote down was a pocket watch. So I thought, is it a pocket watch? It's the kind of thing you might see on someone to recognise them. I also went Great Barrier Reef.
That is crazy.
And then what's interesting, if you look here, look, we've got, so you've gone for like, you've gone for, you did go for a shark. So I've gone for a shark. I actually went for Ariel, the Little Mermaid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and you've gone for that.
Yeah.
And Miss H. Luba,
Stage Luba.
which is
Yeah.
marvellous. I think you did rather well.
That's
Congratulations, well done, guys.
crazy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
close up on that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, do you know how you knew all that?
How we knew all that?
Yeah, because obviously you changed your mind. You changed your mind from, was it Moscow to
Yeah.
Great Barrier Reef? And I
Yeah.
think you
Yeah.
changed your mind on maybe what they might have been wearing as well. The thing is, you knew that because you saw all this before you got here, especially you, Hayley. You've been looking at this for the last 2 or 3 days. Would you mind holding that, please?
No.
Ken. So as all good spies have, they have a UV torch. And if you just look on here, I think you'll find we have at the top the Great Barrier Reef.
What?
Hooba Looba, I think you can see that. And over here, I was actually a little bit more specific. I did put a pocket watch, but I actually put 11:45 on the pocket watch. 11:45. Which I think is the exact time you went for.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That is great.
Oh no, there is one more. There's one more thing.
Yeah.
The code. How did you come up with that?
We just kind of mashed up some numbers.
That's not on here, but you have been looking at that as well. You've actually, since you got here, you've been looking at that number. You know the show is called Arcana?
Yes.
We're making the Tales of Arcana.
Yeah.
Would you mind holding that for us?
Yeah.
In fact, over here we have the name of the show, which is Arcana. And Arcana, actually, if you turn Arcana upside down, you've been looking at 8,480,218. You've been looking at the whole time. Congratulations, guys, you're amazing.
I don't know how it was done.
I
It's
have
freaky.
no idea how it was done.
Yeah.
And so it makes me like highly suspicious of everyone, including Haley, which I don't
Because
want
he
to
mentioned like London, Moscow,
Yeah.
and that, which is
Which is all three. That's
Yeah.
all three of ours.
Yeah.
But he stuck with pocket watch. He didn't
Yeah.
mention any of the other objects.
He got the shark.
And
he got
the
her red
shark.
hair, and like it was quite similar. And I
Yeah.
got the number as well,
the number.
and how that's like.
Yeah, it's like beyond anything. And then I was looking. I thought, well, maybe it's a different envelope. But we saw that
Yeah.
earlier today, didn't we?
Yeah.
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 We-
I feel suspicious, but also I believe it. There's something.
Yes, I'm going to be thinking about this for days.
Yeah.
And there you have it. 3 chapters of the impossible happening before your very eyes. I want to thank all of our participants for sharing their gifts, and I want to thank you, especially, for watching. Will you now perceive your world the same? Or might the impossible just happen? I've been Stephen Seabourne, and this has been Tales of Arcana. Until next time.
Look at me, ready? Go! I think we got it.